really going to show you hauls or anything like that. I just wanted to come on here and just chat with you guys for a little while. So if you're into that kind of a video, awesome. Stay and watch. And if you're not, then that's fine too. I really appreciate for you to click on this video. So this is going to be kind of a recap of this year and goals for next year. So, basically, to recap this year, it has been honestly a heck of a year. I can say with all honesty that this has probably been one of the hardest, if not the hardest year of my life. And it's for a number of reasons. So if you guys have not checked out my blog, I will link that down below. I think the first series of blogs that I did was about my debt story. And all of that kind of culminated and came to a head very early this year. And it just brought me down to such a level that I did not think that there was going to be a way out. So that's a series of I think there's 9 chapters in it that I have written that takes you completely through 10 years worth of just how I was doing financially and just kind of as life has kind of hit back and forth. So check that out if you're interested. Like I said, I'll leave it linked down below. Then on top of that, work has been pretty much insane this entire year. And unfortunately, with the schedule that I was working and the hours that I was working, it really took a toll on my life outside of work. It came into my home life. I felt like I wasn't being a good mother to my daughter. I didn't think that I was being a good partner to my significant other. I didn't think that I was being a good daughter, a good sister, or a good friend. Because I was constantly having to tell people, I'm sorry, I've got to work tonight. And I know this may be kind of a first world problem, but honestly, I did not realize when I took this position that it was going to turn into what it turned into. But due to people being due to our staff being cut, I was having to take on a lot more than what I could handle. So, work really took a toll on me mentally. And then another thing that happened was we lost my grandmother in July. And I've never really talked about family on here, which I don't have a whole lot of videos, but I don't really talk about family a whole lot, simply because, that's kind of a private thing, not something that I really want to delve into at this point. Maybe later on I will, just kind of doing different stories from life or anything like that, but we'll just see how it goes. But my grandmother raised me from 5 weeks old until I moved out of the house when I was 24. So she truly was like my mother. And losing her has been one of the most difficult things I've ever faced. Honestly, I've never felt more alone in this world. I'm the type of person that everybody comes to vent. And I never have really felt comfortable venting to other people. And she was that for me. So losing her has been very, very difficult, because now if I need to call someone and ask for advice, or if something's going on, just something that's bothering me, or something that, I want to celebrate or anything like that, I just kind of feel like I don't have that person anymore. And that's been a really, really difficult thing to process. And I won't forget something that a friend told me once, that time doesn't make it easier, it just makes it more bearable. And that is true, because um, something like that, watching her, the way she passed away, was very difficult, because um, in the span of just a very little bit over a year, we watched her go from this very vivacious and lively person to where she could barely speak. And just everything that was going on with her health, it just absolutely drained her body, until her body just could not, it just couldn't deal with it anymore. And she passed. So that has been the absolute most difficult part of this year. And on the other side of the coin, it really made me see how precious we are, or how blessed we are to have these precious lives. And that, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed to have those same people that surround us that we love. We're not guaranteed to have them tomorrow or next year. I never imagined that, I would lose her when she was just 69 years old. I thought that, I had thought and hoped that we would have, quite a bit longer with her. But unfortunately, that was not the case. So, anyway, it's been a very, very tough year, to say the least. I'm very happy to leave 2017 behind. And I know a lot of people are coming out with resolution videos and things and like that, but I'm just happy to just be able to start with a new year. It really does kind of feel like a clean slate. And I'm just ready to put this hellacious year behind me. So I was sitting down and just kind of thinking about just different things that I wanted, to accomplish for this next year. And so I pulled out one of my inserts, and this one is just my little bullet journaling one. And like I said, this one, I love dot grid inserts because they're kind of a catch-all. So I can really do fun little things like this in here. And I came up with kind of a goal sheet. And I don't even know if it is completed. It may not. But these are just kind of things that I'm wanting to accomplish for this next year. And I'm not going to say they're resolutions, but they're goals, because I feel like goals are things that we can do, which it's just a word, but I don't know. Goals to me are just something that I really want to strive for, to better, even out of the new year. Even, in 2019, I still want to be, going further with these goals. So, like I said, this is what I came up with, and I'm going to read to you off what I've got in here. So I've broken it up into 5 different categories. So I've got family, home, personal, social media, and finance. So for family, I want to take more time for them. I feel like this past year they haven't gotten the best of me. And I feel like I really owe it to them and they deserve to have the absolute best of me. Um, and, some of it is not just necessarily just me not being here, but it's also been just when I'm really down, when you're depressed, you can't give your best to the people that you love, no matter how hard you try, because you're not happy. And I'm a very firm believer that you have to take care of yourself first. In order for you to make others happy, you have to be happy. So that's kind of something that I would like to strive for, is to just make more time with them, because the time that I feel like I wasted this past year, I can't get that back. My daughter's 2. She's not going to be this little forever, and I want to make sure that she has beautiful memories, and that, she gets the best out of me, as well as my partner. And then another goal is for us to just take a family trip together. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. I'm not talking about, taking a huge family vacation to the beach, which would be nice. But that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. But, it could just be a weekend trip, a little weekend getaway, just something fun for us to do. That's one thing I would like to do this year. For home, I need to set a better cleaning schedule, as we can see. I am actually planning on making this into a video of what it's like growing up with a hoarder, and how that kind of affects you, and just kind of talk about that area, because I don't know, I've never really searched for hoarding videos here on YouTube, but I don't know. I just thought that might be kind of an interesting thing. Another goal for home is shopping smarter for groceries. So my partner has really enjoyed trying to get a healthier lifestyle. He's wanting to, eat healthier. He's been hitting the gym. I'm super, super proud of him, and really glad that he is, doing these things to better his health. And I did jump on the bandwagon last year, but I kind of fell off, when crap hits the fan, I fall off. But I feel like I'm getting back to a place where I can start to try to implement a few things. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then another goal for home is to purge more items. And I'm talking about, things from my closet, maybe things around the house that we don't use. I've already done quite a few big purges for household items, but I'm still hanging on to some toys from when my daughter was very, very little that we desperately need to get rid of. So that's another goal, is to get all the crap that we don't use out of here. Personal goals, I want to set more me time. It's between work and caring for a 2-year-old and caring for these little doggies here that you can see in the background. You can't see my boy. Anyway, life can get a little hectic, so it's really important, and sometimes I honestly forget to take a little me time, but that's something that I want to kind of put more of a priority for. Because like I said, if mama's happy, mama gives the best to the baby and to my partner and everything like that. So it's really important, I feel like. Getting healthier, so that kind of goes along with the smarter grocery shopping, obviously. And I just want to take better care of myself this year. This has been the first year that I have been so depressed that I have forgotten to do little things like brushing my hair every day. And it's not necessarily that I just forgot to. Sometimes it was, but other times it was just there were days this year where I didn't even look in a mirror. Like, I have never felt so low than what I felt this year. But fortunately, time is making things more bearable. So it's getting to a better place. So, all right, for finance, I want to continue to lower my debt. Christmas has definitely put a little bit of a damper on things, but overall, I have not just completely gone off in crazy mode. So, come January, or come next paycheck, I'm really excited to get back on the bandwagon and continue to lower my debt. I haven't really come up with a round number that I want to be down for this year, but that would be actually a really good goal. Maybe to, just take one big number. I want to be down this much by the end of the year, and then maybe break it up into monthly goals. Might be kind of interesting. Something to think about. Okay, then another thing is to save more. I don't have an emergency fund, and that's something that I really want to start. I want to, something that I do is any change that's left around the house, don't ever put your change down in my house and forget it, because if you do, then I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to put it in my daughter's piggy bank, and eventually it will be cashed out and put into her account. So that's something that I have religiously done since she was born. And then I want to have some periods of no spend sprees, which for me, shopaholic that I am, is a little bit hard because I stress shop. Some people stress eat, I stress shop. And that might be another potential video. I had thought about posting a video about how anxiety and depression affects me financially. And I do know that back when I looked a couple of months ago for something that related to that topic, I did not find anything. So maybe I was searching for the wrong thing. I don't know, but I couldn't find anything for that. Okay, last one, social media. I want to post more consistently. And now that I kind of have a set-ish work schedule, I think I'll be able to do that, definitely. I had originally set a goal for 2 to 3 blog posts a week, but I was actually talking to a friend and she kind of thought that that might be a little hard to do. So I think we may scale that back down to 1 blog post a week. And then I want to do at least 1 video a week, which I think is completely doable. Sometimes I may double up, you never know, but I do want to post at least 1 video a week where I come in, just kind of talk about whatever. So, and then for the PR, I don't know if I mentioned this. Have I mentioned it? I think I did in the financial planning video that I will be PRing for the first quarter of this year for City Girl Planners inserts. And I'm super excited about that. I want to do a really good job for her because I love her inserts so much. I just want to spread the word about them and everything. So I need to set up my own little goals for that and get started like Monday. So anyway, that is pretty much the gist of my goals for this year. I may break them down to like quarterly goals or monthly goals. I'm not really sure, but I just wanted to get the big umbrella there. And once you figure out the big umbrella, the big goal, then you can break it up into smaller chunks, which is a lot easier to do when you are goal setting. So anyway, I hope this was entertaining for you guys. I know this video is a little bit long, but that's kind of how I roll. So if you are an enjoyer of my videos, get a cup of coffee or get some tea, whatever, and just kick back and relax because I'm very long-winded. I like to ramble. Well, it's not really that I like to ramble. It's just it always ends up happening. But anyway, so what are some of your goals for this year or even beyond this year? What are some goals that you have just in general? What are things that you want to improve on? I believe that working to improve yourself at least, or learning something new at least every day, makes you into a better person. And I think that is always something that we should strive for. So I'm going to get off here. I know I already mentioned it, but all of my links will be down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.